My name is Michael Jerry, founder or co-founder at CryptoForte, and welcome to this video. So, if you're watching this video, you're probably curious about the bull market. Right now, during the at the period of making this video, I so much believe we're in the bull market. It might not be at the peak of the bull market, but I mean, over the last couple of months, we've seen new money flows into the crypto space. Different methods. Like you see. That let like okay, this is a bull market. We've seen so many signals. We've seen institutions talking about crypto. We've seen how people are so much interested in learning about cryptocurrencies now. Like some months ago, whereby every conversation about crypto was just usually or randomly boring, and it's not just the price action part of cryptocurrencies where we're saying Bitcoin used to be like $10,000 or $20,000. Generally, in the general yeah, in the general ecosystem, yeah. I mean, we had a case of no money in the ecosystem. I mean, in the DAO, everybody, almost all the projects were just laying off their staffs. The big brands, the big institution, the big guys in the crypto space were reduced their workforce and all of that. But I mean, in the last few months, we've seen Solana, from $20 or lesser than $20, come up as high as going back to like $200 plus. We've seen what happened to BNB. We've seen what happened to Bitcoin. Top cryptocurrencies like Litecoin. Major ecosystem tokens. We've seen what has been happening to those tokens in terms of like price actions. And I feel like in the general ecosystem also, there is a lot of new influx of money right now, and institutions are coming around again. It signals the bull market. One thing you can always be sure about is if there is volume, I mean, there are opportunities in the market, and when there is really no volume, it means like limited opportunities. Everybody's just competing for the little things. I mean, yeah. So in the video, I'll share my insights into what has changed in the crypto space, because if you're just joining crypto space right now, and probably this is the first video you're watching, you might never hear about some things that used to happen in the crypto space. You probably doing airdrop right now, and you're staking your money, you're using your money to farm points and things like that. And basically, airdrop in those days is just like have a Telegram account, just join, do some basic tasks, refer your friends, and then boom. You might never know about things that happened before, the likes of Uniswap, that brought about the trends of like using volume, to get tokens, self drop, or similar concepts. So a lot of things has changed. Now this is 2024, and unlike the last bull market whereby both of a thing was not really a big thing then. If there was any bots in the last bull market, which I cannot entirely remember, they would be like bots for from trolling people. It wasn't so popular. It's unlike now, and the bull market of that last, the last bull market we had in 2020 2021 was largely on decentralized exchanges, whereby tokens and decentralized exchanges could give you 10x, 20x, 50x. We had tokens, we had the like of Shiba, we had the likes of PP, we had the likes of so many tokens like that, and that was like the big year or the big bull market for DeFi. And everybody was just so curious, because almost everybody, nobody would reject the opportunity to use 10, 20, 50, $100, to make like 100x, times 100 of it, and so many things like that. And I've seen so many things happen in this particular bull market. I've seen people make like 100x, 200x, 600x, and more than that. So the point of this video is to help you understand what has changed in the market. It's not just in the crypto market. I mean, in the price action part of cryptocurrency, even in the job industry part of crypto. If you apply for jobs the way you used to apply for jobs in the last bull market, you might just discover like people are not responding to your job applications. Things has changed. It's now more of like writing proposals. It's just like in every industry, in every aspect of cryptocurrencies, whether it's job, whether it's NFT, whether it's new trends that are coming on board, like bot tokens. Things are entirely changing, and it is important for you to like catch up with those trends. So uh, majorly this part of the video, I'll talk about what has changed in the price action part of the crypto markets, which is like cryptocurrency, the prices, what are the new opportunities, how do you find the next thing that is going to like pump or might dump on you. It's important to remind ourselves of the risk that are associated with trading cryptocurrencies. I mean, nothing is guaranteed. No part of this video is financial advice. So yeah, let's get into it. What has changed? What is the game changer? What are the new stuffs? What are the new opportunity? in trading cryptocurrency from the perspective of Degen trading. So if this is also your first time of hearing Degen trading, absolutely, what is Degen trading? So Degen trading is just like you could refer to them as risky plays, but they are just like tokens that are product of DeFi. So decentralized finance is, nobody is like the central authority. We all have equal, access to it. It's controlled by smart contract and things like that. That is the point of DeFi. So DeFi has so many aspects of it. DeFi, there is, lending and borrowing, which people are well familiar with. There is liquidity farming, which you can stake. Oftentimes people stake now like through airdrop, and things like that, because things like liquidity farming, yield farming rather, yield farming is not really really like much of. This is 2024. If you're probably still doing yield farming, I probably just might just look at you like and be like, okay, but this is not to discredit that there are still no, proper yield farms that might give you like high APRs. But if you compare the risk, usually the risk, and then staking your assets, the value of the assets may drop, then the rebalancing, the impermanent loss that could happen in, balancing your liquidity pool. I feel like those things are not really, from my perspective of an African, may not really really benefit you, except you had much more deeper into it, which you can stake your assets somewhere, get the collateral tokens, and go and use it to like farm in another place. That is quite technical, and I feel entirely that requires more funds than just if you're trying to like get started, or if you're just looking to like multiply your money via crypto trading. So back to the conversation, what has changed? I mean, at the start of things, then things used to be like everything used to be on like majorly centralized exchanges like Bybit, Binance. Even then, people might not remember like the likes of Bybit, Binance. At a point in time, did not have like option trading. They didn't have like derivative tradings and things like that. And the last bull market, things used to largely be on the likes of CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap. Everybody's on CoinGecko, everybody's on CoinMarketCap, looking for what will pump and what will dump. But realistically, this is 2024, and DeFi has changed. So I at a point in time I had to go relearn and unlearn new stuff. So when it comes to like DeFi, because even during the bear market, you could see like people posting proofs of making money, and then you're like, how? So things has changed, and the challenge is this: if you're probably still trying to like do things, the old way of like, let's say you're trying to buy a token and then you're trying to like go to Uniswap. Before you're done trying to swap on Uniswap, someone else has swapped using the bot. I mean, you don't have to be hop. Or like before, when you buy through Uniswap, almost every time, you have to start checking in like, he has it pumped, has it dumped, has it pumped, has it dumped. But now there are bots that make things easier. There are bots that are like an option of automation, so it makes life so easier now. You just have to like set up the boards, input the settings you want, paste the contract address, set the amount of money you want to buy, and then there are also sniping tools. The way we even do research is a lot different from how it used to be in like in 2020 bull market, whereby you just go to Twitter and then you look for somebody who is talking about something, and then you try to like buy that thing. So Degen DeFi trading has changed. So now we have the evolution of bots. So it means now if you're going to like do Degen trading, one of the first thing you want to learn how to use now is like bots. And then there are new ecosystems coming up. There are new ecosystems. From then I don't know even if Ton existed then, but they were not quite popular. We are all on Binance Matching, and then Solana then. And I feel another impact of learning about these things is usually my prediction at the start of the bear market was that things like exchange tokens were going to pump, and they did well because I bought a couple of them at a cheap price, but not to my expectation, and then I had to check it. Then these exchanges had one alpha. If you're the top priority exchange, I mean swap for a protocol. Let's say the way Radium used to be, Radium and Jupiter used to be the major swap or DEX for Solana ecosystem. If they had a token, definitely going to pump. I mean things like that, alphas like that are still happening in this 2024. But like now we have bot tokens also, so it's not like you only have DEX tokens, and people right now are using more of bots. A lot of persons like me, a couple of other people, they use bot because of the ease of automation. So if you're just getting started now, you have one thing you have to first learn about is bots and how they works. So we have so many bots, on different ecosystem. We have bots that works across, few ecosystems. We have bunk bots, we have soul trading bots, we have Tonk. I think there is Tonk bots for Ton ecosystem as well. So almost all the new chains that we have right now, even the old chains, the likes of Ethereum, there are bots for you to trade on those platforms. Cardano, I saw a bot. There was a time I saw a bot on Cardano ecosystem. So and it is important that you understand these things, this information, because it helps you make strong decisions or better decisions when you're doing your thing. Because I have to consider bots when you're trading, because bots would front run you, and you have to, like, that's one thing you have to consider when you're trading. You have to check, like, oh, how well did the bots enter the trade, how many bots, how many holdings, but these bots holdings, how much is it, how large is it, and how many of these tokens are these bots still holding. Because sometimes you might just want them to, like, sell before enter a trade. It depends on what your alpha says though. So now there are bots. It's unlike before. You have to every time go to Uniswap, go to PancakeSwap, and hope you're able to, like, sell early and things like that. So that's one thing you have to learn. And largely, this bull market is not just going to be like before. I feel like the bull market right now is going to be on chain. And why am I saying this? Is, like, if you noticed, almost all the centralized exchanges that we have, the likes of Bybit, the likes of Binance, mention, okay, Bybit, Binance, OKX. I think there is Huobi. I don't use the exchange though. OKX, there is Huobi, there is KuCoin, there is Huobi, there is KuCoin. And we have so many of these exchanges. One thing that you can tell is, like, all these exchanges now have what they call a Web3 extension. I mean, by Web3 extension, some of them would even call it their full DeFi extension, but usually they just say it's OKX will say we have our Web3 wallet. Binance too, we say we have a Web3 wallet. And they even have, like, OKX now has, like, their Web3 wallet integrated into, like, their major exchanges. And I think the same thing for Binance, the same thing for Bybit. And one thing that has helped these exchange tokens, all these exchanges do have token. I think Bybit is largely invested into Mantle, or you can call it their exchange token, or Mantle. They have, like, there is a chain called Mantle, and if you study the relationship of Bybit and Mantle, you can tell, like, there is something bigger than what is happening or what people know about it. There is Binance. Binance has smart chain, however you want to, like, relate it, but I mean, Binance eventually owns smart chain. There is OKX, there is OKX chain, and they have a token for it already. There is a Huobi chain, there is KuCoin. KuCoin has KCS, right? So one of the things that has helped their native token of these exchanges in the past is extending to the DEX, or having their chain. That used to be the alpha. Then if an exchange, even BitGet, I know, acquired BitGet wallet, BitGet acquired BitGet wallet, the BitGet wallet now, that is like a non-custodian wallet. Used to be like what's the name again? I can't remember right now. Bitkeep, that used to be the name. So all these exchanges are having a non-custodial extension, because one thing they are all aware of, which you might not be aware of at this point in time, is the money is now largely on chain. So there are heavy trades going on, because there are tons of alphas every day. This is Gecko terminal, right? Let me show you, get back to Gecko terminal. I mean, these are different chains. This is Solana, this is Ethereum, this is BSC, this is Base. We have, like, can you see, we have a lot of chains right now? And if you check, we have crazy volume going on the chain. We have crazy volume. This is Base. The volume today alone in the last 24 hours is $430 million. This is Solana. Let's see the volume, $1.92 billion. I mean, this is Ethereum. Let's see the volume of Ethereum in the last 24 hours, 952 million. I mean, a lot of volume is going on chain, and this volume, if exchanges are not smart enough, they may never benefit from it, because many of these tokens are not even listed on those exchanges yet. So it means, like, you cannot go, and even if you're not selling, you just want to hold your tokens, you cannot send them to Binance, you cannot send them to OKX, because they are not holding these tokens for you. They are not supporting those tokens. And that is one of the major reasons why they had to, like, all of them had to, like, have, like, a Web3 extension or a non-custodial wallet extension, so that at the end of the day, you can hold tokens on BSC on Binance. You will not hold it directly on Binance, but the Binance Web3 wallet supports it. The OKX Web3 wallet supports it. BitGet wallet, which used to be BitKeep wallet, supports it. So it's like they finding a smart way to tap into a market they know exists and is getting bigger every day. I mean, the DeFi market is going bigger every day. So I mean, so I'm not saying tokens on exchanges don't pump now, right? They all pump, and depending on your trading strategies, you might still want to like stick with some tokens on major exchanges, because of it offers you some protections. That's the difference between sex trading and dex trading. So the thing is, these big centralized platforms knows that a lot of money is going on the chain, and that's why they are extending, offering support, offering wallet extensions, offering swaps, finding a way to integrate whatever is going on in the Web3 space, the DeFi space or the DEX space into their centralized platforms, because that's how they get to like retain the wallet. So if these institutions are doing this, it says a lot that there are opportunities, there are a lot of untapped opportunities in the digital market. And those are the things you have to like grab quick, like 2020, whereby everybody's majority of we all trade on sex a lot, and now it's difficult except when there are new launches, or launch pool projects, to see a project on a centralized exchange give you 200% or 300% in a day. And in the last bull market, that could easily happen, 200%, 50% a day, things like that. But now that is happening in the decentralized world, in the Degen world, and that's why it's important. It's important for everybody to learn how to at least do Degen, because the volume. One thing in crypto space is you need the volume, and the volume is in the Degen market right now. Is in decentralized trading, and that's why you see like now we now have like decentralized. We have decentralized trading platforms. We have DEX is like derivatives. You can trade DEX through your non-custodial wallets like MetaMask, and things like that. And a bit of clarity is, when we talk about decentralized trading, we talk about, non-custodial wallets, connecting from your non-custodial wallets, to protocols, to DApps, to smart contracts, and taking advantage of it. So now, the digital market now, unlike before, we don't have bots. Now we have bots, we have a lot of tools, and it's like everybody's, one thing you can always bet is that at least every day, things will pump on every chain. These are like different chains. This is where the volume is. So if you're probably just waiting to see a chain, might not get on like follow. This is Avax. This is 41 million, in volume. This is quite low today. I think it used to be better than this, but you can see tons of chains, and you can see, the watch list, the multi charts, the new pairs gainers and losers. Let's see. So I think the total volume is $2.94 billion, right? These are the number of transactions. These are the top gainers, these are the top gainers in the last 24 hours. You can see some of these might not be real though. But some of them are real. The liquidity, market cap, you can see crazy, crazy profits. Not all these are real. Sometimes a rock pool project can be in between here, right? So you have to also be careful of that. But I mean, it offers you a lot of opportunities, and for people who are really just starting, maybe with like little liquidity, and you're looking to like scale very, very fast, or it's very risky, but I think you should consider looking into like Degen. So that's the start. Now is like, and another thing you have to pretty learn very fast is that there are different chains, there are different ecosystems, and trading on different ecosystem might take a very different approach, because many of the wallets might be specific. There is Martian wallet, there is Kepler wallet that supports the likes of injective protocol. So when you hear of DeFi, when you have Degen, the first thing you have to first think about is what chain. So the moment you know the chain you want to trade on, you have to get some information about getting started with that chain. Does it use a customized wallet? Does it have a very special wallet, maybe like Martian wallet, or can you use your MetaMask? If it is your MetaMask, how do you, one of the things you want to do is go to the likes of chainlist.org, see if you can get the details about the chain. You just have to like go through your D app. These are different chains. So the first thing you want to do is like learn how to like do the basic things, like, okay, what's the chain? So if the chain is Solana, right? Let's say this chain is Solana. You can just search for Solana. This is the chain. Hold on. This is not Solana. Okay. So let's see. Maybe Solana details is not here. It should be. Let's check for base. Okay, so this is base. So let's say like the chain is base. Now if you cannot find the chain details here, you have to probably go to the chain website itself to see to like how to connect to Solana chain, or you can just look for it online. But oftentimes the best thing you want to do is go to the official website or go to their official Discord or Telegram account and ask for the chain settings. Get the chain settings. There is a way you go to your MetaMask or whatever the wallet it is that it supports, and then you add it, and then you can start trading on that chain. So in the moment you realize what chain are you trading on, let's say today I decide to like trade on Arbitrum. And one thing is in Degen, you don't just sometimes people are fanatics of a chain. You see people saying, "Oh, I only trade on Ton, I only trade on Solana." Experience or trading patterns or results might make you stick to a chain, but personally for me, I'm not a very crazy fan of any chain. I trade where I see the volumes. So if you're seeing a volume of 1.9 billion on Solana, I mean it's bigger than that of Optimism, which is just 148 million dollars. And from what you can see here, you see like this chain is more of like losing money in the last couple of things, in the last couple of 24 hours. And I think another tool you can use. There are now tools that support Degen trading. There is DeFi. So let's go to DeFi and check chains that are having the volume in the last 24 hours, because everything is about volume. The chain that has the most volume, the chain that is getting volume, the chain that the volume in the last 24 hours is increasing, is saying something about growth, which offers you higher chances of finding something on that chain that will pump. Unlike a chain whereby money is flowing out of that chain, the money that is flowing out of that chain is more than the money that is coming into that chain. If the money that is flowing out of that chain is more than the money coming in, then it says it would eventually tell on the price actions of the native token, tell on the price action of the tokens that are being built on that chain also. That's why you want to look for chains that has a volume. It is important when it comes to degen. It is volume. If there is no volume, there is nothing you can do. This is the change in how money have been flowing in the last couple of days, hours, on different timeline. So one thing is you want to look at these timelines, because one way for you to measure whether the cryptocurrencies are going to dump or pump is when you check the volume that is coming into the crypto space. If it's falling or it's increasing over time, I mean it tells you about where you should expect crypto to go next. So these are the chains. You can just come to chains here, you can see chains here, you can see this is all the total volume, total value locked in all chains. We call it TVL. So when you're choosing a chain to trade on, also you want to check how much money is locked in the TVL. TVL talks about trust, how people trust that chain, how heavy people are using that chain. You can see all non-EVM, EVM, roll up, Bitcoin side chains, Cosmos. I think another thing that has changed since the last bull market and now is, the last bull market, we didn't have things like holding house, people trying to like build on we majorly just had like things like in 2022 we had layer twos. We didn't really have anything on Bitcoin. I mean, it was still like people trying to like figure out how to like bring DeFi to Bitcoin. So now Bitcoin is even on DeFi. NFTs are on on the Bitcoin network. So it talks about these are the latest improvements you have to quickly catch up with. So you can see the volume in the last 7 days. So, almost all the chains, the volume has been done. And if you check the charts, if you check the what chain has this 94% volume. Okay, we'll check this. These are times where you have to be curious. Okay, so then $210 million. It looks like something is happening on this chain, so I can decide to like explore this chain. Like, okay, let's check it out. What has been happening? So this is their swap. This is their DEX. So when you learn about a new chain, the first thing is what wallet and what is their major DEX. If you're lucky enough to find their major DEX, one of the things you want to check next is, does their major DEX have a token? If it has a token, you want to like do a research on it and see if it is worth buying. Because on Tonchain, Stone.fi, I knew when the token was about less than $2. I mean, last year, December, the token was absolutely less than $2 or so. Now the token today is more than $30 because it's like the major decentralized swap or exchange on the platform. And for people to do anything on the chain, it means they have to like use swap. And one of the things you can see here is like the volume has been, in recent time has been increasing. So you want to like check it out, like, hey, what's going on? Probably check out the chain. Okay, so these are times. Now this is how you start looking out for the chain. You start doing your research, or still go deeper into like how you do this research. But this is, let's go back to the overview and let's see. So these are the total chain. You can see Tron, Ton. This is the Ethereum. This is Solana. Solana is okay. BSC is next. Okay, Ton is next. BSC, Solana, Arbitrum, Bees, Melin, Bitcoin. You can see now there is volume going to the Bitcoin chain and Avalanche. So oftentimes the exchange the networks with the highest volume is where you find the big guns, right? Because everybody is after volume. Volume tells you of a lot that is going on that chain. So these are the volume you can see. I mean, volume used to be dry in the last 7 days, especially. It looks like, and it's because we are recovering from. We had this post halving dump, so I mean, it affected volume, and we went about 56k from almost like 70k, to 56k, and that's why you can see like volume are dry. And one thing you have to learn very early is that on days when volume are dry, you do your research, you look for the best thing that is worth buying when the volume is not there, buy when others are panicking and sell when others are, just too enthusiastic about things in the crypto space. That's how it works. That's how. So, but when you see that there is no volume, days when you notice that there is no volume entirely in the market, you stop looking for what to buy by all means. Because here's the thing, if there is like, if you check, like, let's say there has been 30 new token launch on Solana today, and out of the 30 tokens that has been newly launched on Solana today, only two of those tokens or only one of those tokens is doing well. If the remaining 30% has rug pulled, you can always check. There are Telegram bots which I will list in the description that can help in, looking out for each chain, like, how many new tokens has been launched in the last 24 hours, in the last 48 hours, in the last 5 minutes. You check these details. When you say that, let's say 100 tokens were launched in the last 24 hours on Solana, but only 5 tokens out of the 100 really did well. It's scary because here's the thing. It means like you have like 5% chances of finding what will pump if you took any trade in the last 24 hours on Solana. And these are like slim chances. So you might have like 5 trades and end up not having one good trade, and then you're just losing volume. It's different from on a day whereby there has been like, out of the last 100 launches on Solana or any chain that you notice that volume is on right now. If you notice that there is volume on, let's say, like Arbitrum, and in their last 100 launches, 80 of those 100 launches has done well. I mean, even a blind person can just randomly pick 3 tokens buy or 2 tokens buy and be lucky enough to have like pumps in between, because what, there is high chances of making it because there is volume in the market. If there is volume in the market, any ticker, we call them ticker, any narrative can easily blow. People will just come and say we are launching a token after Donald Trump, and then boom, everybody's buying, and it keeps going up. People are making money from it. Why? Because there is volume. On days when there is no volume in the market, even the best ticker, I mean, it can go to zero. And one thing you have to realize is like anything can be narrative in the crypto space, especially in the Degen space. We can wake up tomorrow and they say, oh, tomorrow is Children's Day, and they'll be like, you start seeing tokens that are launching in relation to Children's Day. I mean, you've probably seen the cat meta, we call it meta. Anybody can launch a token. Don't forget, when it comes to like Degen, so they can start launching tokens and call it cat, bat, frog, lizard, snake, even weird things. You can see a car, a ticker that is named after maybe Elon Musk, Donald Trump. Probably not. Elon Musk just comes, comes up to Twitter and tweeted something like JJJ. Just go to the screen now, or whether it's Gecko Terminal, and you're going to see a token that is already named what JJJ, and they tell you who they launched this token because Elon Musk tweeted this. They try to like build a community around this. So there are tons of things. I'm not. In subsequent videos, I'll be explaining how you take each ticker. But what we're concentrating right now is like you have to check the chain. Is there volume generally in the ecosystem? That's when you decide whether you're going to play or not. On days where there is no volume, one of the things I do is I just do research and then I sleep, because at the end of the day you want to protect your capital. And when it comes to like this diligent space, it's quite riskier than you can imagine. It's unlike sex. Those tokens that you see that are listed on sex, sometimes the sex would ask them to like provide liquidity, so they cannot rug pull you. But in the diligent space, there are things they can rug pull you. That's a fact. If I can get rug pulled in the funniest way, or by the any developer that launches the project. But there are things you have to consider. How do you go from picking the exact chain, to like picking what token on that chain to buy. And one thing that has changed a little. Then we used to just be all, everybody's on CoinGecko, or coin market cap. But now we have like the likes of Descreener, we have the likes of Dex tools, we have the likes of Gecko Terminal, and I'll be showing you how to like use those tools. But let's start with Descreener. So let's say today we notice that there is volume. From here you can see Solana is the one having the most volume. So there are, let's say now I expect that at this point in time you already know what volume, what wallet supports Solana ecosystem at least. So you've added maybe Solana chain details, you've added it to your MetaMask, or if you're not using MetaMask, you've probably downloaded Software wallet, Phantom wallet, which are the like the local wallets, the local wallets. You can just put it that way, but the native wallet of Solana ecosystem. So let's say you've created your private keys and already you funded your wallet with Solana because you're trading on Solana. So you'd always need Solana. If you're trading on Binance Smart Chain, you'd always need BNB to either pay for gas or to make transactions, right? If you're trading on Base, you need ETH bridged to Base, right? If you're Optimism, you also need either the Optimism network token, OP, or you probably need Ethereum. If you're trading on Avax, you need Avax. So it's like that. Every chain you're going to trade on has a native token. If they don't have a native token, the most likely will be having a phase whereby they come up in the future. Base does not have their own native token yet, but you can use Ethereum that is bridged to Base, and there are speculations of airdrops. Those are the new opportunities, and like I think it existed in the last bull market, but that's just one of the new narratives, and narratives to consider. So let's say we're on Descoin, now we're on Solana. I'm probably looking for something to buy. There are informations you have to pay attention to, and if you look at this part, this is Radium, this is Meta Oka, this is Oka, this is Fluxbeam, this is Intro. These are like the DEX on Solana. These are like places where you can buy and sell tokens on Solana. Let's go to Ethereum, and you see like this just changed now. This is Uniswap, PancakeSwap. So each chain has their own swap. And don't forget, one of the things I mentioned in Degen is like, if you're lucky enough to find a chain that their swap does not have a native token yet, they most likely have in future. So you want to like make swaps, rack up volume on those platforms, and that's how people sometimes come up with the idea of, oh, this place is going to like do a trend. So now back to Solana. What has been the trend recently on Solana? Now, if you're coming into Degen, one of the things you have to be very smart and pay attention to is what we call narratives. Every day there is a narrative that is going on. If you can see, these are new tokens that has been launched in the last 24 hours of the leaderboard. You can see so many tokens that has been launched. This is just page one, and there are more than 100 tokens. This is another page. Can you see? This is like on Solana alone. Let's go back. Let's go back. Just hold on a moment. So let's go back to Solana. There are so many tokens that you can imagine. Like, this is another page. This is 200. You can keep going, and you see so many tokens on Solana. So it's now imperative for you to like, what are the things you need to know before you start picking on. But before that, I'll most likely be starting that in the next video. One of the things we quickly have to like talk about in this particular video is that there are some vital informations that you need, because sometimes they share a smart contract address with someone like, go and buy this, and they don't know what to do. They are asking you for like, where should I buy, what do I need to buy it. Those are basic questions. Like, if you're going to do anything Degen, the first thing you want to learn is how to buy. You find the wallet that supports it. The next thing you want to learn is how to buy and sell, because if I tell you, let's say you're depending on someone to give you a signal to buy, if I'm telling you to buy, I might not tell you when to sell, or if I tell you when to sell, I'll probably be busy, I don't have time to start putting you through like, oh, this is how you're going to buy or sell. So anytime somebody pays to a smart contract address for a token to buy, the first thing you want to do is like Descreener. Just paste the contract address in Descreener, and you're going to find a lot of information about it. So let's say let's copy a smart contract address, sorry, a token contract rather. Yeah, so this is dump. So I just copied one. Now let's come to this chain. Like, we're just coming, let's say we don't know anything about this particular token. So what we're going to do is paste the contract address, paste the contract rather, yeah, contract address, paste it here, and you're going to see a lot of information. This page will tell you a lot of information, and I'll help you interpret the information you can see on this page. If there is anything you have to learn, is how to interpret this information yourself, because it will save you a lot of stress, questions, unnecessary questions that you're going to probably going around to start asking people like, how do I do this or how do I do that? So the first thing is, you come here, you can see it, dump against sol. So it means what is this telling you is you're going to need Solana to buy this token called dump. And I told you something. I said the tickers can be very funny in the in the Degen space, or Dex trading space, because see, how will a token name be dump money? I mean, right? Funny, right? So this is the first thing this is telling you. I mean, this 19 hour is telling you when the token was created. So the token is less than 24 hours. I hope you understand how to interpret this information and why these 19 hours, what it could mean, the impact. This means like on the Solana tokens. This is current on this screener for Solana tokens. This is currently trending as number 3. I'll tell you what this means. All this information is helpful in determining whether you're going to buy or sell. Everybody knows what a chart means. I'm not a technical trader. I'm not a technical analyst, but this is a chart here, and you can interpret that the token has gone as high as this, retraced, it pumped from around this zone, had massive pump, went high as this, had this crazy candle, and it's in like a correction phase at the moment. It tells you, it gives you information. This is the liquidity. Why is this having a padlock button and a green lock around it? Let's click on it. You see total locked liquidity, total bond liquidity, FDV, market cap. This is market cap. This is the price per token in Solana, and this is the price per token in USD. This is the total number of transactions that has been done, volume, markers, the number of people that bought this token, the number of people that sold this token, the volume people used to buy this token, the volume people used to sell, the number of buyers and the number of sellers. Now you can tell why volume is so important. Now see the volume, it's $8.3 million. Imagine there is a chain whereby if this was to be another chain, the volume will not be up to this. And if the volume is not up to this, it might probably mean that the token will probably might not have pumped out to this. So I feel like you understand. Everybody probably watching this video, you know what liquidity is from basic trading experience. If there is no liquidity, you cannot trade. Yeah. And you one thing you have to understand is what's the impact of this liquidity being locked and bond is that, I mean, it's forever. So it means like projects like this cannot pull you, but it can dump if someone is holding too much of the tokens, or maybe the developer is holding so much and then they can dump on you. But the basic thing is, look at this, come back to here, because the first thing you want to learn is how to buy and sell. So this is telling you need Solana to sell, to buy or sell this token, and when you're selling, you can sell to Solana. Now it's telling you the chain this token is on is Solana, right? And the swap is Radium. So if someone pays you contract address like this, and then you're asking the person, what chain should you buy it on, what will you use to buy it, which swap should you buy it? I mean, it's because you don't know how to do it, and this is exactly how to do it. Just paste the contract address to like Descoiner will help you pick out whatever chain it is, especially if the chain is part of the chains that are supported on Descoiner or Dex tools. It helps you, gives you this information. So it means like you're going to buy or sell it on Radium. So if you're not sure of what Radium is, let's go back to, this is the token. You can just click on this Radium. I think Dex tools, or so if you're using this on mobile, there is a way that you can now swap directly. Can you see something like this? Like it takes you to Radium, where to go and buy and sell on your Solana wallet, or you can just click this. So can you see it takes you to where to buy and sell? So if someone tells you buy or sell, and then you're asking the person, like if someone gives you a contract or as a signal like, oh, go and buy this, and then you're asking the person like, where should you buy or sell, it means like you don't know how to do this, and this is me showing you what you just need to do right now. So you just have to confirm this, connect your wallet. This is Software wallet. These are the wallets that are supported through those, or Wallet Connect. So Wallet Connect gives you more wallet options. So maybe like here you're going to find MetaMask and more wallets like that. So but I believe at this stage of this video, you probably I've learned how to like find the wallet. So now you know the number of persons that has bought this token to the 13,000. It tells you where the money is. It tells you where everybody's attention is. 13,000 people. The sellers are 8,000. So it means we have more buyers than sellers. I'll help you understand how to interpret that. In subsequent videos, we have 44,000 buys, and 37,000 sells. I mean, looks cool. The liquidity is looking cool. In the last 24 hours, this is the increase, 80,000%. In the last 6 hours, there's a correction phase, -1. In the last 1 hour, -22. In the last 5 minutes, 3.415%. Now come to these aspects, you can see the liquidity in dollars, the liquidity that resided in tokens. You can see the token age 19 hour 38 minutes ago. You can see, this is community reacting to it. This is just community reacting to the token. Now, this is where you can find the website of the token. You just have to click on this to see if they have a website. And the impact of this when a token has a website and when they don't. This is the website of the token, right? It's always going to be a meme thing, right? There is an impact of whether a token like this is having a website or not. It helps us in making some decisions. This is their Twitter. You can if you want to check out what's going on their Twitter, which I always recommend. In the aspect where we focus on how to do research, you'd learn how to do things like this, and then this is their Telegram community. You want to go and check out what is happening on their Telegram. Are people forwarding? How many users do they have? How is the dev responding on Twitter? Now you can come here and check the liquidity providers. These are the wallets that are providing the liquidity. Sometimes we can go through these details to see whether the person who launched this project has pulled people in the past, or they have maybe other projects they've done in the past, and then we can check whether what happened to the project they did in the past. Did it go well? If it went well, it's like a confidence booster. Like, okay, this project has every chance, to like go up also. So we have like holders, 8,800 people holding. The top traders are like people who like bought the biggest bags or had the most of the profit. You can see some of these people guys are still holding. Some of them sold already completely. Some of them are still holding. There are ways we interpret all these data, right? And I'll be showing you, what this data means in the next video. But now the first thing we've achieved is like you understanding what is happening in the market space, right? And one thing when you copy this contract address, you can do is like go and paste the contract address to your Telegram bot or wherever your bot is, and then it fetch you information about the token. There are bots that will tell you, that will give you professional advice whether they think the token is worth buying or not, but they may not be always accurate, and that's why it's important for you to first learn the basics. So this part is telling you about real life transactions of how people are buying or selling these tokens right now. You can see what's going on. Can see what's going on, people buying or people selling. So that's the overview of it. And this thing we just did can happen on any chain. Let's quickly go to base and see if we can come with something like that. So let's say we click this. GameStop has been the meta everywhere recently, and that's why you're seeing things like GME, the GameStop saga that is going on. You see things like Reddit, you see things like GameStop, you see Reddit, there's this one, Wall Street Bet also. You're going to see those tickers on almost every chain right now. So let's say we're checking this one out. Same information. The name of the token, what you use to buy or sell, the trending, the chain where you have to buy or sell, price, website, Telegram, Twitter. The liquidity is the liquidity logged. It tells you, the number of buys and sells. These are also additional information. This is the chart. You can change the timeline to maybe 1 hour. So what has happened the last 1 hour, timeline. You can check out the top traders, holders, liquidity providers. Every token would always have this information. And the next part of the video, I'll be showing you how to like interpret this. I think in this video you've learned, I hope by now you've learned some things in this video, and you're excited to move into the next stage of the video, whereby probably see how we can set up some bots, copy the contract, paste it on the bots, do your research, decide on whether this is worth buying. How do you find out the trend for the day or trends for the week or that timeline? And so the way we did this for Solana and Base, you can also do it for chain, and that's how you fetch some important details about the token. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.